Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we will be discussing which other rare pieces are really useful in MK Mobile for the upcoming towers and how can you use them, and which is the best piece that you have it on Fusion Zero or in Fusion X. We'll discuss about it. First, let's go and see how many rare pieces I have. I'll explain most of them on my account, and those I don't have, I'll Google it and I'll explain to you. Let's go and let's see how many blue pieces. So this is my first Varmin Lucky Hat. It's give around 10% in the beginning, power drains, and tag out it gives a team shield, so it's a very good piece. 72% basic damage boost. It's also, once you achieve 80% on special attack, boost your special attack damage by 36. It's around 40 and 20% on the Fusion Zero, so it's decent piece. This one on Fusion Zero has 20% debuff resistance and around 20% critical, 30% critical reduction. So decent piece, really decent piece. Now let's look the previous tower before this tower. We have, I think, Dark Queen Tower, which is great piece. Jaxophone on Zero, it has 20% blockable and 30% shield break chance on block break, which is good, but it requires block breakers, so you have to use another piece to just support this piece, which is not really good. 36, which is around 20% chance bleed, will apply incurability. I think it's 20%. Very good piece if those who performs a lot of combo and in regeneration battles. It's very useful piece, really important in the upcoming towers as well. I hope you have that. And now we have, I think this is one of the destructive piece. In the beginning, 15% max health boost and gives 2 seconds of invulnerability. As much you maxes, that much you'll get invulnerability increment in tag in. So it's a very good piece. I have somehow maxed out because I've managed my luck, thanks to the lucks. Otherwise I will be very in trouble in coming towers. But this is probably one of the best pieces for me. It's Dark Mantle, one of the impossible just to beat anybody in 7 seconds without a brutality and health under 25. We'll be discussing now Earth Realms. First, we have Body Steel. In the beginning, it has 10% blockable reduction, 20% debuff on the Fusion Zero. Great, not that useful. I don't think it's that much useful, even as a debuff resistance. Again, has 50% on the Zero and 20% incurability. Again, regeneration. This one, Wushu Masters basic damage and its health increment. So like 40 and 30%. Pretty decent in my opinion. Pretty decent piece, just to make sure. In which regeneration battles you need incurability. So yeah, this is great pieces. You have to be very much defensively lined up to get so much offensive. You do not need to block them because you know you're so much defensive that you can just attack. I mean, I have a Jade, I do that things. This is a Black Dragon piece, 50% chance to bleed, cripple, and weaken. Not that great piece, basically. Not that great piece. Second, this is Divine Tormentic, 323, 20% and 5% strengthen. Just a waste of time and efforts they put in. Again, we saw this piece, great piece. This is a very good piece, and 400 recovery in a very basic level, and then you have around 30 to 20% resistance to lethal blow immunity. Incredible piece. Another waste of blue piece, 10% and maybe 20% of opponent, and reduction just 10%. Not that great piece. I don't believe that. I don't think anybody should use it. Decent piece. And Zero, it has a Fusion Zero resistance to stun and bleed, 50%, and it gives you 1% healing while you've been affected by frostbite, which is not that useful. You're going to die by that. Fusion Zero, it will give 25% blockable chance and 10% attack boost. I don't believe that it's useful. It's useful only on Maramso Blade on Fusion X. This is on Fusion Zero, it has 20% and 35% chance to regenerate, which is very good. Behind Voices is again not that useful, but still has a health decency and reflection. resistance to snare, and then you can apply dot is not that infernal chains is really good. It gives you an ability to power drain several battles. You can use it to combine your player with multiple special one debuff. Varmin's Lucky Hand. This piece is really good. It gives you 10% chance to apply 2% power drain on basic attacks, and it gives you a tag out shield to those who tag in. A really great piece, to be honest. On the rare, if you look at rare piece on the Fusion Zero, there are not many pieces that can give you power drain on basic attack. I think basic attack power draining is really necessary on the battles, such as, because it steals power. Sorry, it's not drain, it steals power. So this is a really good piece if you use it with Johnny Cage Combat Cup. So you can not only drain the power on special one, but now you can do it on basic attack and combo, and this just destroys opponents uh, chances. It's if on max out, it also has 30% chance. It's reduced opponents. It needs opponents to collect more power, 30% more, which uh, kind of do power draining stuff when the opponent tag in. That's why it's a very good piece. Let's look the pieces that I do not have, and at the end of the day, I'll give you my three best prediction that on Fusion Zero, which three best pieces you to have it to make sure are the best three pieces on Fusion Zero. And Fusion Zero, anybody can achieve Fusion Zero basically. Cryomancer armor, it gives you 20% reflection and I think 5% of shield in the beginning. uh Only useful in front of Circus Shadow Liu Kang. Apart from it, it's just a terrible piece. Very terrible. There is no way anybody can use it and just say, you know what, it's useful, because in the beginning 5 seconds you have Shao Kahn and he, the only two guys that actually can do that much damage. Because apart from him, Kitana also, but does not do that great. There are some pieces that are only great on several diamonds. Apart from them, a diamonds doesn't make that much impact. That's where people needs to understand, because it's not going to be each time the tower is going to repeat. Tower is going to repeat either twice, 3 times. After that, towers does not repeat. Just like Lin Kuei hasn't been repeated. I think that's why you should be thinking about Fusion Zero rather than Fusion X. Fusion X is really hard. You'll have to pay, and why would you should pay? It's a game, and I think you should be treated as a game. So it has ice gloves. You can say 20% basic attack damage and 50% chance to apply strengthen. Ice gloves. I think it's a useless piece. In the next hours, it cannot do much of that, because in Fusion Zero, ice gloves does absolutely nothing. It also has Fusion Frost Axe also has 80% attack damage boost against enemy chance, and for Sub Zero apply Frostbite. For Fusion Zero, Frost Axe is not that great, but in Fusion X it is. It is really good because it has unblockable chance. Yeah, but still, I think Frost Axe is a much better price. We have Tower of Horrors rare pieces now. This is again on the tower that hasn't been repaired, which is when on Fusion Zero it has 45% resistance to fire, and I think it has 20% or 30% toughness boost. Pretty much decent armor. I think we have very worse armor, so I say really good armor in an average armor, because there's not many armors gives you resistance to fire. Meat Cleaver on tag in Meat Cleaver does 500 damage, so I think it's 200 damage on Fusion Zero, and I think it's gonna be 15% critical chance, decent. Blood Sucker, basic attack damage boost and bunch of things, not that useful, but still great piece. Now Sorcerers Tekogaki, 20% basic damage boost to enemy affected by 10%, and he has 70% blindness. Blindness is not going to be helpful anywhere, so I don't believe that is a anywhere great piece. This is 15% max health boost on Fusion Zero and 20% chance to apply cripple. I think this is a good piece. And Viperhood, we already discussed. I think Soul Reaver is a decent piece. Wasn't a bad piece. but the chances are way too low. That makes him really vulnerable piece to just have it. Now let's look at Nightmare's equipment. Um, Crypt Spider Fang, 20%. It's gonna apply poison on combat. This is Groot. 10% or 15 poison. Apply weaken. Why weaken? Weaken is weakest. It's not that great. And we already decide behind. I think Thunder Lords. You get 7. Let's say 7% box damage, and it's also applies some Thunder Strikes, which is good, but not much damage that they can do. You need either damage or the extra protection for sure. In the towers, especially you requires on the Fusion Zero something that actually changed a lot of things. Here we got some Fusion Zero piece. Okay, it's 60%, 45% resistance. The fire is there, which is a really good piece in my opinion. But still, in certain battles, apart from it, and each time if you want to win it, not that great. But okay, we've come to the conclusion. Which are the best three pieces in my opinion? For me, top spot will be definitely Dark Metal because it guarantees you invulnerability for the 2 seconds. So you just need 1 or 2 fusions, at least even 2-3 fusion. It'll give you 4 seconds of a guaranteed protection. Second will be, I think I'm gonna go with Varmin's Lucky Hat because it gives you other 2 guys protection, so you can have Dark Mantle and Lucky Varmin's Lucky Hat. Even in Fusion Zero gives you much protection to other guys, and it's a great to have these 2 on the number 1 and 2. I'm gonna say